Hi guys, I'm Holly and welcome to Pilates PT. This workout will be a 15-minute Trimester 1 Pilates workout that will focus on the whole body. I'm currently 12 weeks pregnant, so this workout will be suitable for any stage of Trimester 1. Throughout my pregnancy, I'll be uploading new trimester-specific workouts each week. If you like workouts like these and want to get notified, then please subscribe and hit the notification bell. All you'll need for this workout is a mat and some water to keep hydrated. If you're ready, then let's start. So start in the middle of your mat for me, and at first I just want you to stand however feels most comfortable for you. We're not trying to get perfect posture here. I want you to really learn what your standing, relaxed default posture is. So just get comfortable and relax for me. And then really try and kind of build up a picture of what your posture is like. We all have different posture and we can all work with our own posture without much trouble. But in a moment, we're going to be finding a more neutral posture. So once you are comfortable with what your resting posture looks like, what it feels like, let's find neutral. Now neutral, we're going to have the feet about hip width apart and parallel. The knees are not locked, but they're also not bent. They're just slightly soft. I want you to imagine your pelvis almost like a bowl of water, and let's try and keep the water in the bowl. Think about the rib cage stacking directly above the pelvis, almost like Lego, and your arms are by your side, you're showing off your collarbone, and your eyes are at eye level, okay? Now once you're in this position, you'll probably feel a bit taller, you should feel very stacked, so the skull is over the arches of your feet. And then you're going to hold that there for a moment. Now, it doesn't mean we need to be in neutral all day, but for the purpose of this exercise, neutral's a good start point. Now bring your hands to prayer position at your chest. I want you to keep your knees soft and slowly start pushing your bum backwards, hinging at the hips, going to your bite point. Now your bite point is the point where you can't go any further without bending your knees or rounding your back. So we get to this point where the hamstrings and the glutes feel stretched. They've lengthened out. My spine is in the same position, so I've still got the rib cage feeling like it's stacked over the pelvis, and I can't go any further, okay? Now on your next exhale, push your feet down into the floor and slowly start coming all the way back to standing, just to that neutral we found, and then we go again. Inhale, hinge at the hips, push the bum back, find your bite point. Exhale, push the ground away, come back to standing, and we're going to keep this movement going. So it's a really simple hinge at the hips, okay? But just because it's simple does not mean it's always easy to master. It's really important as we hinge forwards that we feel the hamstring and glutes stretch. We want full range here. So they've lengthened, now they're going to contract to pull me back to standing. And this is really going to help us when our bumps start getting bigger and heavier, because they will pull the pelvis forwards, the hamstring and glutes will pull the pelvis back. So hopefully they'll balance out and we'll be able to maintain a more comfortable positioning. So we get that stretch, the muscles lengthen, those same muscles pull us back to standing. And you might find that each time you do this, you get a little bit further as we start to loosen off. Now, sometimes we can feel this in our lower back, particularly if we tend to be quite grippy in the lower back, or maybe our abdominals just aren't quite supporting us. What you can do if that happens is try and activate your core a little bit more. So bit of pelvic floor, bit of transverse. So for that, you're kind of hugging your tummy in slightly, and that will support your lower back. Now we're going to do 2 more of these, and then 1 more. Now on the next one, I'd like you to come out about halfway, and we're going to hold that there for a moment. And I like to think of this movement here, or this position, as a parent position. When we're parents, we spend a lot of time in this position here, changing nappies, wiping bogies, cuddling. We're always hinging forwards, so we want to be good at this position, right? So from here, we're going to take the arms and we're actually going to bring them to kind of a cactus position. So the elbows are out to the side, almost like we're about to dive into a pool. Now, as you exhale, we're going to reach the arms overhead like you are about to dive into a pool. Then inhale, bring them back to your side. So as I exhale, I'm reaching the arms forwards. Inhale, I bring them back to that cactus position. And what we're doing here is we extend the arms, is loading the back of the body. We're making it harder. so that we really increase our strength ahead of the babies arriving. Now let's do 3 more of these. Remember that if you feel it in your lower back, you just need to give yourself some more support from your abdominals. And on the last one, if you can, we're going to reach the arms out and we're going to hold them there for a second. Think about your bum cheeks slightly squeezing together. Think about that core supporting you. 3, 2, hands back to cactus, push yourself back to standing and relax. Have a wiggle, have a shake out. So some of us are going to feel the lower back a little bit. That's fine. If you felt it lots, there needs to be a bit more support. Now move to the end of your mat for me and then just reset for a moment. So find your breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Find that relatively neutral standing position we found a moment ago. Take a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, take a roll down, chin to chest, peeling down, knees are soft. And at the bottom, just make sure you're comfy. So if you want to have your feet further apart, you can, and just hang. And what do you feel here? Maybe you were feeling that last exercise, the hip hinge in your lower back. Well, this should feel quite nice then. Just allowing that lower back to stretch out. And then when you're ready, you're going to bend your knees enough that you can put your hands on the floor. And we're going to walk out to 4-point kneeling. So meet me down here on hands and knees. Now in this position, we're going to start with a neutral spine. So again, try and get the ribs in line with the pelvis. And then I'd like you to imagine that you have a zip running from your tailbone between your legs, past your pubic bone, past your belly button, and finishing in your sternum, so the middle of the rib cage. Right now, I want you to imagine that you're unzipped. So let your abdominals and your pelvic floor relax and soften. Then take a nice big deep breath in, and as you exhale, I'd like you to imagine zipping yourself up from your tailbone, up your tummy to your sternum. And on the inhale, I want you to imagine unzipping and letting it all go. Again, as you exhale, you're going to zip yourself up from your tailbone to your sternum. And on the inhale, you're going to unzip yourself. Now, don't panic if you don't know what I'm asking straight away. But another way to think about it is thinking about closing the anus, vagina, urethra, and then almost kind of drawing your tummy in like you're doing up some tight jeans. And then on the inhale, letting that all go. Or we can think more literally. On the exhale, we're going to lift our pelvic floor and activate our transverse, our corset muscle. And then inhale, let it go. And when you look down, what you should notice, whether you have a bump yet or not, is some movement of your tummy. When you zip yourself up, you'll probably notice the tummy moves away from the ground, it draws in, and on the inhale, it releases back off. Now we're going to do 2 more of these. This is a great exercise to help get strength in the core ahead of those bigger bumps. And on the last one, we're going to zip up and we're going to hold that last one there. So we also call this an abdominal brace, but I sometimes worry that that can make people go really aggressive and really bracing hard. It's not that, it's an activation of the core, but we should still be able to breathe and talk. So you can see here that I'm still holding that brace, but I'm also talking and breathing the whole way through. It's important for endurance that we're able to do that. So have a look down. Does your tummy still look like it is zipped up? And are you breathing? Don't hold your breath. Can we keep holding it just for another 3 seconds here? We're still zipped up. 2, 1, and then let it go. Now push yourself up to standing kneel, and I want you to think about what that last exercise is going to do for us when we've got bigger bumps. So find neutral-ish again, so ribs over pelvis. Unzip yourselves, and then I want you to exhale and zip yourself up. And what you should notice is the tummy sort of lifts and draws in, almost like someone's just tightened up a corset for you. Now, if we can keep these muscles strong, if they've got good endurance, as our bumps get heavier, they'll be supported, almost like actually wearing a corset or a girdle, okay? So really important. Now you can relax, have a quick wiggle. In this standing kneel position, when you're ready, refine neutral, so pelvis is like a bowl of water. The arms are going to reach out in front of us, relax the shoulders down. And then as we exhale, we're going to row. We're going to draw the elbows back. We're going to pinch between the shoulder blades and we're going to stop for a second. Now just be careful here that this didn't cause you to back bend or shove your ribs out. We should have been able to keep our neutral position. The arms moved. Now inhale, release the arms forwards. Do it again. Exhale, you row. Inhale, you release it back off. Now hopefully you can see that as I move my arms, not much else is moving. I'm not kind of rounding and then flexing and extending my spine. I'm trying to stay quite fixed. And you might be able to see from behind, as I draw the elbows back, I'm really trying to bring the shoulder blades towards each other. We're trying to activate the rhomboids between the shoulder blades because we want them to be really strong before the babies arrive, because once you are a parent, you spend a lot of time cuddling, holding, leaning forwards. These muscles need to be strong for the job, okay? Exhaling as you row, inhaling as you release. We're going to do 3 more of these, trying to keep that neutral position if we can, last 2. Now on the last one, we're going to draw these arms back. We're going to hold that last one there for a moment. So draw those shoulder blades together. 3, 2, 1, and relax. And you should kind of want to slouch and roll those shoulders because you've got your rhomboids fired up. Now come back down to 4-point kneeling for me. Hands and knees. Spread the fingers wide, turn the crease of the elbows forwards, so the knobbly part of the elbow faces your legs, and then keeping that nice neutral spine, zip yourself up, so activate your core, and then all we're going to do is bend the elbows very slowly backwards towards the knees, bringing your nose towards the floor in front of your hands. Exhale, push the floor away, back to start position. Inhale, nice and slowly, the elbows track backwards, brushing the side of the rib cage. Exhale, we push the ground away. So in this movement here, we're trying to work into the triceps, okay? So the elbows are tight to the side of the body. We're trying to keep the back nice and neutral, okay? So hopefully it's keeping its position as we move. Now, if you wanted to do this in a half plank position, feel free, okay, as long as you feel you have control. If you wanted to do this in a full plank position, be my guest. But otherwise, I really find that slow and controlled in 4-point kneeling is enough. To be able to do it well, okay, it's really important. Watch the collarbone, just make sure you're not rounding through it. Think about showing off a nice necklace. And the neck follows the line of the spine. So just watch you're not pulling your head back or tucking your chin to your chest. You're keeping your neck nice and neutral. Let's do 2 more of these. Inhale. Exhale to push the floor away. On the next one, let's see if we can come down halfway and hold. Really tuck your elbows in. 3, core engage. 2, 1, and rest. Come up to standing kneel. Give your arms a quick shake out. And then last exercise, one of my favorites, come to seated. Find a comfortable sitting position. So that might not be cross-legged. Maybe you need your legs in front of you. Then you're going to need to give your shoulders a quick wiggle. We're going to bring our arms to cactus position. Okay, so elbows and shoulders at 90 degrees. Just double check the ribs haven't popped. Keep them directly above the pelvis. Okay, so you've got some relatively neutral spine. And then have a look at your forearms. Can we try and get them vertical rather than tilted forwards? Get them as far back as you can without popping the ribs. Now, this alone can feel challenging, so don't panic if you're thinking, how on earth will I ever get my arm vertical? On your next inhale, you're going to rotate the arms so the palms face the floor. And as you exhale, you'll bring your arms back to the start position. Again, inhale, we rotate the arms so the palms face the floor. Exhale, rotate so the arms are back to their start position. And the movement we're going for here is from the shoulder. So I want you to think about where the arm meets the shoulder socket. That's where the rotation should be coming from. I don't want it to be that you're just moving your spine, because that's cheating. It's not going to harm you. It's just you're cheating. We want the movement to be the arm in the shoulder socket. Lovely. Now, if you notice you're getting some tension in your upper traps, so the side of your neck, you're wanting to do this, that sometimes means the upper traps are a little bit weak, okay? And they need some work. So what you're feeling is burn from lactic acid building up. It can be really tempting to stop because you think that that's not a good thing. Overall, we need those upper traps to get strong, okay? So as long as it's manageable, try and keep those shoulders there if you can. And eventually they will get stronger, which will be great for when the babies are here. Let's do 3 more. If your arms are still there, they haven't fallen off. Last 2. And on the last one, we're going to come back to that cactus position, that start position and hold, finish with some pulses. We bounce those arms, lovely. Try not to lift the shoulder girdle, lift the arm in the shoulder socket. 4, 3, 2, last one we hold. Can we get the arms any more vertical to finish? 3, 2, 1, and rest. Again, if you want to round your back and draw your shoulders forwards, that's a really good sign. Give your arms a wiggle, give them a shake out, and have a rest. I hope you enjoyed that workout. You did incredibly. I definitely felt the burn in some of those moves, and I hope you felt you got a good workout as well. I'd absolutely love to hear what you thought of the workout in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And finally, to support me, please share this video with any mums-to-be you know or any communities that you're a part of. I've also left details below all about the Bump Plan, my holistic prenatal online fitness plan that is designed so you can join at any stage of your pregnancy. What makes the Bump Plan truly unique is that in all your workouts, I'm at exactly the same stage of my pregnancy as you are in yours. If you enjoyed this workout and would like to explore how the Bump Plan can support you in your pregnancy, then I have an exclusive discount for you to use. To redeem £5 a month off the cost of your Bump Plan subscription, simply enter the discount code MYBUMP at checkout. I've put the link below for you to sign up today. Thanks again for joining me today. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to link to the whole playlist of prenatal workouts so you can save it and go back to any of the workouts whenever you'd like. I look forward to seeing you again soon on the mat.